Hello guys, welcome to this webinar where we'll be discussing how your skills can pay your bills, right? On this particular webinar, our major focus is going to be on how to make a minimum of 100k monthly, right? Now the main question is, how can 100k monthly compete with your bills? Can 100k monthly handle your bills? Can 100k monthly help you in offsetting your bills? That's what we are going to be covering on this webinar. If you are finding it difficult to make up to 100k monthly, this is going to help you out. And if you're already making 100k monthly and you wish to maybe upgrade, you wish to make more, this webinar is going to be addressing both parties, right? So let's dive into the main work, right? First, uh, get to know me, right? My name is Oroedu Nagi, right? I'm a graduate of Benue State University, Makodi, from Department of Biological Sciences, and I've been doing so much on the digital space, regardless of my field of study. All right, so now I published a post recently on my Facebook wall on how I launched a new brand that pulled out six figures in revenue in just 1 month, all from home. And there was no office, no starting capital, neither was there movement from one place to another, right? And everything was done from the comfort of my home. For years now, I have been leveraging the digital space to earn handsomely through rendering of services, selling of digital products, drop shipping, coaching programs, and so on, right? All what done from home. No office, like I stated, no starting capital, neither were there movement from one place to another. Everything was done from home. And I was getting questions like, how do I access of your training exercise? How do I get started? Cut soap, cut soap, cut soap. I decided to put up this webinar to review to you everything I've been doing and how you can get started and be making a minimum of what 100,000 monthly, right? So I decided to put this free webinar together to help only 100 people who are ready to learn from me the exact strategy I've been using, even without a starting capital, right? Now, I understand how skeptical you may be feeling right now because you may have either bought courses that promised you heaven and earth, or you may have enrolled in different training programs from experts, influencers, authors, coaches, and so on, yet no result. Well, I'm not here to actually promise you anything, but to prove to you that actions speak louder than words, right? Now, this is one or two reviews that will actually spice up this, that will stir you, that will give you clue of what have been happening, right? This is a review from someone saying, right, I've been part of your previous classes and I've used it and hold clients. I want to know more. Wow, this is one of the best. And the person is saying, honestly, now it paved way for me. I'm a social media manager. Like it's been a while I've been following you. This is a review from someone who have learned from me and is doing a lot now. Then to the right hand side there, you can see you are doing a great job in the free trainings. What you are dishing out here free of charge, what 10 times what I paid heavily in my last days, blah, 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 right? On the next screenshot, you can see I'm already grateful for the value it has turned 350k. I really appreciate, sir. Send your account details. Let me bless you with something, right? At least the person made 200k from what was reviewed, right? I know you would want to see some more proof, right? Don't worry, I'm going to see more proof. But don't worry, I have a lot of them. And I would love to have yours included in my reviews, right? Now, what are the objectives of this webinar? Right, we are going to be focusing on few selected objectives. There are many more that at the course of the main training, at the course of everything, we are going to see more. But the course of this webinar is to what? First, mindset reformation, right? We are going to look into some of the things that we believe that are not really true, some of the things we believe that are hindering us, some of the things that we may not really know, but we really need to get to know them so that they can help us at the course of this journey. Then the next thing is what? My unique strategies for consistent income, right? You must have heard people talk of how they make money daily, monthly, how they have been enjoying cash, consistent cash flow, or monthly turnover, and so on, right? Most persons are speaking from their angles, they are speaking from their own perspective. It's not always general, right? So I'm going to be reviewing to you what has been working for me, not what has been working for others, but what has been working for me over the years. how I've been using these strategies to make consistent income. And we're also going to be looking into what I call the businessman. Don't worry, it's not hard, it's not difficult. It's something that you really need. It's something that is going to launch you, it's something that is going to set you out, it's something that is going to pave way for you if you pay attention to it. The businessman, right? We'll go into it in more detail as we proceed. Then I'm going to review to you 5 ways you can make a minimum of 100K conveniently online, right? Even if you already have something doing, even if you are not doing anything, with these uh, ways or these strategies, this method, you can conveniently make a minimum of 100,000 monthly, right? Then we'll jump into what to do next, right? And that's where the action is, that's where the work is, that's where we need to put everything we have outlined into action, right? Now, let's get started with mindset reformation. Now, I needed to start with this because it has been a major challenge in the online space, right? Your mindset plays a major role in your journey of life. If you believe you will win, you will win. If you believe you will lose, you can lose, right? You can lose in the sense that you may believe to lose and not really lose. That's why the can is there. So if you believe you will lose, you can lose. If you believe it will be difficult, you will find it difficult, right? Do you know why? Because you will approach it the way it addresses it, or the way you address it, rather, right? However, there are exceptional cases where the way you address things makes you do otherwise. If you have the mindset that everyone who makes money online is scamming people or doing fraud, then you are completely missing it, right? If you have the mindset that it is very difficult to make money online, you will definitely reap what the fruits of your labor. If you believe it is very difficult to make money online, you will find it difficult to make money online. At the end of the day, you will not make money online, right? Today, I want you to have a rethink of how you have been viewing things, or you have been seeing things, so that you can make amendments ASAP, right? So the decision you take now will definitely affect what you are about to embark on. So just calm down, take a deep breath, and make this decision before we proceed. All right, let's get going. Right now, my unique strategies for what consistent income. Now, there are different angles I come with to keep my cash flowing in, right? I'll be sharing a few that are very important in this webinar. Not like the rest are not effective, right? But because we don't want to bother ourselves with so many things, but to hit the nail on the head, right? Now, our nail here is what 100K monthly, which is very realistic. And I don't joke with realistic goals. I work with SMART goals where my S is very specific, my M is measurable, A is achievable, R is what relevant, then T is the time frame. So our 100K here, we are very specific of what we want to achieve. We want to want to make a minimum of 100K monthly. And that's where the specification is coming in. Then in terms of the measurement, we already measure it to be what 100K minimum. And what's the duration? Monthly. Then achievable. Yes, 100K is very achievable in a month. Very achievable, very easy to hit in a month. Then is it relevant? Sure, because it's what it's going to handle our biz. It's going to upset our biz. It's going to help us achieve a lot. And if 100K is not going to be enough, you can equally multiply using what I call the compounding effect, right? Where if you can make 100K, you are likely to make 200K. If you can make 200K, you can make 300K. That way, if you're able to apply the compounding effect, it can increase your monthly income if 100K is not enough to handle your biz, right? And believe me, we must hit it with all confidence. Our name here is what 100K monthly, and we must hit it with all confidence. I am doing more than that. I don't know about you, right? So, do you remember the introduction where I mentioned how I started a fresh brand with zero capital and push it to six figures in a month? Yes, some of the strategies were deployed, right? Some of the strategies were deployed. Number one here is staying watchful and updated, right? You need to stay watchful and you need to be updated. I'm going to touch more on that. Then micro niching. Micro niching is something that most persons really don't get, but I'm going to actually hit it well so that you can get what I meant by micro niching. Then short term and long term targets, right? We are going to be seeing to some of the strategies I've been deploying using these short-term and long-term strategies. Now, when I refer to staying watchful and updated, this is what I mean, right? You need to be at alert. You need to know what is happening. You need to know the trend. You need to know what's trending. If you want to go into physical business, you need to know what is selling. If you want to go into an online business, you need to know what people are paying for. So you don't just jump into the space because you were told that people are making money from this, or you don't just jump into the space because maybe you just believe that it's going to make money, or you believe that this is a business or somebody around you is doing it. You need to be watchful. You need to stay updated with what is happening. If it is a health product, you need to know what people are going through. For instance, around your settlement, is there a particular thing people are going through that if you decide to sell this product around the area, people will buy? You need to pay attention to this. If it's an online business, is there something very specific that people are doing right now that if you jump into it, you are going to make money? You need to be mindful of it, right? Now, if it is, for instance, there's this monetization that Facebook just rolled in for Nigerians. Now, that's something that is trending, meaning a content creator who knows how to create content, who is making money already, if he or she decide to maybe bundle a package like that, people are going to patronize because it is trending. The tap 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 case where people are tapping their phones to earn is something that is trending currently, meaning if something is created in that line, it is what's going to trend. These are some of the ways things trend. So you need to stay watchful. You need to stay updated in any area you decided to focus in. So if you decided to like, okay, this is the service I'm going to be rendering, you need to focus on that service. You need to be very watchful so that you know what is happening. If there's something new, you can push into it. If there's something that is recently released or updated, you need to stay updated about these things. So by the time you stay updated and you are watching and you are staying updated, you are updating yourself. It makes it very easy for you to what market whatever it is you have, or resell whatever it is you have, or sell to people who don't know. You know, at times all you need to do is just bank on people's ignorance, right? You bank on people's ignorance. What you know and they don't know can make you money, right? That is one of the unique strategy that you need to actually pay attention to. Then micro niching. What do we refer to this micro niching? Micro niching is just like being very specific. You are narrowing down. Now, this is one of the biggest challenge with most persons. That somebody is doing e-commerce, you want to go into e-commerce because you were told that e-commerce is paying, not knowing that there are other areas of e-commerce you can focus on. For instance, you may not necessarily import or buy product to sell. You can drop ship. I personally, there was a particular drop shipping I was doing, of which I'm going to still be talking about that later on. I drop shipped with somebody at Kenya and another person at Ghana without visiting Ghana or Kenya, right? I don't necessarily need to buy the product. What I did was I researched a particular product, researched vendors in this location, discussed with them, and we went into agreement. They allowed me to run adverts, and I started running adverts, sending orders to them. So once people place order, I send this contact to them. They reach out to these people and they make their transaction, send me my commission without me moving what from my home, right? So I don't necessarily need to go into the kind of e-commerce some persons are doing. I don't need to buy the product before I can get started. Or I may not need to sell a product or advertise. I can decide to render a particular service on the e-commerce niche. For instance, if I discover that some persons find it difficult to maybe design sales page or craft out sales copy to write sales page, I can decide to provide that for them. If I discover that some person are finding it very difficult to maybe come up with running advert, I can render advert to them. I am already micro niching. So in any field, you can equally micro niche. So whatever it is you've discovered that this one is selling, this one is what is currently trending, and you know that yes, it is going to bring you money. You can micro niche to make it very unique and specific. That way, you don't find it very competitive, because competition is one thing that will make it very difficult for you to hit your target. For instance, you are selling a particular product in an environment and you have over 1,000 people selling the same product, and the number of people in that environment are up to 5,000. Who is going to buy the product? And if it's a product that people will not want to be buying every day, if it's something that will take them maybe 1, 2, 3 years before coming back, there's going to be issues. So you end up buying products and not be able to sell. So as you stay updated with what's trending or what's sellable, you need to learn how to micro niche in some instances, not all instances though, but there are cases where you may need to micro niche, right? Then short-term and long-term targets. Now, this is where the main thing is. Some persons believe that 100K can be very easy, and some persons believe that 100K is not easy. Yes, to some persons, it is very easy, and to others, it is not easy. Now, how do we come out with what we make us hit our targets? That's where understanding what short-term and long-term target means, right? Now, if your target is 100K, you can make it either your long-term target or your short-term target. By long-term target, if 100K is your long-term target, then you may be needing uh, breaking it down into short-term goals. For instance, you can decide to divide 100 by 4 weeks, meaning in a week, you are to make what 25,000 naira in a week. You can see how small 100K is now. So in a week, which is 7 days, you are to make how much? 25,000 naira. So if you are to make 25,000 naira in a week, it means it will take you what? 4 weeks to make 100,000. Now, you have been able to what? Reduce the 100K into short-term targets, into weekly targets. And you can decide to go further into maybe reducing it into maybe uh, daily target. By daily target, if you have 25,000 for 7 days, divided by 7 days, that's like 3,571 naira in a day. So your target is to what? Make a minimum of 3,571 naira what? In a day. So by the time you do that daily, you are going to hit your target. You are going to hit your target of 100K in a month. And if you can do more than 3,571 naira daily, it means you are going to make more than 100K in a week, sorry, in a month. Now imagine where you are able to make like maybe 70K in a week, 10K daily. You'll be able to make how much in a month? You're able to make up to 280,000 or 300,000 in a month. That's how simple it is. So when you view a particular target, when you have a particular target, the most important thing is you know what you want, right? And you know how to get it done. Now you need to break them down into mini goals that can be very achievable. And that's what we are referring to this what? Short term and long term. So 100K now divided into 4 gives us a target of how much weekly? 25,000 weekly. If your target is 50,000, you can do the same. If your target is 100,000, same is applicable. 200,000, 1 million, same is applicable. But the truth is you need to be very sincere with yourself. And that's where application of SMART goals is very important. What you know you cannot achieve, you don't need to try it, because at the end of the day, you know you are not going to achieve it. If making more than 100,000 monthly is big for you, then there is no point starting. What I'm revealing to you here is what has been working for me, what anybody can do if you follow the instructions and the step-by-step procedures that will be released. I promise you, you are going to hit your target in a month, if only you are ready to put in the work. Because the truth is, in as much as it looks promising and easy, until you do the necessary work, it is not going to flow into your account. All right, now let's go into the businessman. Right now, you need to put yourself in the shoe of a businessman. You need to realize that what you are doing is business, right? And by the time you realize that you are doing business, that's where the main effort and the result will be seen. Right now, for every businessman wants profit. So every businessman wants profit. So you don't treat this like you are doing any charity work. You don't treat this like you don't have anything doing. You are doing this strictly for business, and the idea behind it, which is for business, the goal is to profit out of it. So you are doing it because you want to make money, and not just money, but you want to make profit. There are monies that are not profit. There are more of revenue. For instance, you spent 100,000, you got 100,000, does not mean you've made profit. This is just a revenue. It's just an inflow. It is only when there is profit that you've made something out of what you did. If not, all your effort to be what? Waste. Now, that's like a businessman. That's the businessman speaking or thinking. He wants profit. I am going into this business because I want profit. I want to start this online business because I want profit. I want to launch this brand because I want profit. Then you also go for what people are interested in. So as a businessman, you are always at the lookout for what people would show interest in, what people will be interested in, because that's the kind of business you will profit from. You are not launching it because you feel this is what you think will sell, but what people are interested in. So you make research, you go into learning about this product, you go into platforms like AliExpress, you go to Facebook and library, you go to different forums where people are talking, Quora and so on, where people are discussing, Facebook groups, Twitter, where people are talking about a particular product or a particular service or a particular field, a niche that you want to venture into, so that you gather from what you have discovered and you hit them by what? By with what you have. You hit the nail by the head, right? Then you want what? Expansion. As a businessman, you are not just interested in profit, you are not just interested in what people would want to patronize you for, but you're also interested in what? Expansion. If you are making 100,000 profit monthly, there is nothing bad in trying to go to 200. If you are making 200, there's nothing bad in trying to make it 500, 1 million, and so on. So the more you expand, the more profit you make, the more less effort you are going to put in, because the expansion now will definitely require more effort. You may be requiring teams, you may be requiring the efforts of others to work with you. You can mentor others and have them in your circle, in your community where they work for you. You get to pay them, or people can even want to go on internship under you, or they want to learn and you mentor them while they serve you without you even paying. But it makes more sense if you pay them, because people need to earn from what they do, right? So that you don't push them into doing what is not relevant, or what is not necessary, or what is not legal, right? So you need to think about expansion. You think like a businessman. You think profit. You think what people are interested in. You also go into expanding. This is your niche, you want to expand more. That reminds me of what late is it Obad King or Obon King made mention of. This man made mention of they need to have a minimum of four streams of income, and these are streams of income that are interconnected. For instance, if you are into block industry, you know that you need water, so you can have water industry that can serve the block industry and still serve people around. If you know that you need sands, you can have a way of selling sands, so that you don't buy sands from people. You get these sands, you supply to your block industry, and you still supply to others around. You may be thinking of other ways. Is there any other thing? Maybe you need machine, spraying machine, right? You need spraying machine and so on. So all of these things, if you know that you need them, you can make it in a way that people can come to patronize you, and you're also serving your other company. In that way, you are building chains of business. Likewise, whatever it is you do online, if you are into a particular niche, you are into a particular field, you can expand more. You can bring in more channels to what you do. That way, you have multiple streams of income, right? Then you also want dominance. You are not just interested in expansion, you are not just interested in making profit, but you want to dominate. That particular niche of yours, that particular field of yours, you want to become an authority figure in that niche. You want to become a boss in that niche. You want to be known. If they should count people, people should be able to call you. If people should ask who does this, people should be able to what? Mention you with all confidence, because you have been able to dominate that which you are doing. It's very important. That's how a businessman thinks, right? So the last thing here is you need to understand financial management. There are some persons, immediately they hit their 100K, they are going to squander it. They are going to flirt with it. They are going to either watch a movie with it, or they are going to eat it. And it doesn't work that way, right? You need to understand financial management. Any business that must stand, any business that must thrive, any business that must grow will definitely need to what? Undergo financial management. You are a business owner, you are somebody who is making money, you're already making 100K, you should be able to learn how to reinvest. You should be able to know how to take profit, what you should take and what you should not touch, so that that way you can your expansion reality, your expansion dream can become a reality, right? So that you are not stranded, you are not out of funds. So you don't just make profit and eat everything at once. You make profit, you invest. If you need to invest into knowledge, invest into knowledge. If you need to invest into relationship, invest. By relationship, there are some people, when you get to learn their course or patronize them, you are a step closer to them, right? There are some things you may need to learn. You can buy courses on them, or you can jump into people's coaching program just to have closer relationship with them. That will increase your expansion, your dominance. So you need to know if there's any budget you need to allocate for a particular, if you need to buy a particular product, or maybe you need a laptop, you invest into laptop. You need to get a better smartphone. You need, if you are going into content creation and monetization, that you need to buy some gadgets, you need to invest into them. So you need to use your money intelligently. That is how a businessman works. That is how a businessman operates. That's how a businessman thinks. A businessman thinks in a positive direction. A businessman thinks profit. He thinks what people are interested in. He thinks in expansion. He thinks dominance. He thinks in a way that his money grows for him, right? Then now, what are the 5 ways you can make a minimum of 100K monthly? Remember, I told us earlier that there are different ways, and there are different ways I personally do it. But for the sake of this webinar, I'm only introducing 5 because I wouldn't want to overwhelm you, right? And these 5 are things that work alongside each other. You can decide to monetize each of them, or you can decide to pick just one of them and focus on, or you can decide to combine everything and apply. Don't worry about that. I'm going to show you how to do everything so that you don't complicate things for yourself. If you have learned a lot and you feel it's very difficult to monetize, this is going to help you to make money from what you know already. And if you don't have anything you know, don't worry. I'm going to give you something. You must know it. Very easy and straightforward, that you can apply and hit this very target. Our target is what? 100K, which is very realistic in a month. Now, what are the 5 ways we can make this a reality? Number one is media buying. We are in such a time where advertising is the game. People, you cannot sell without advertising. You cannot sell without marketing. And in terms of advertising, we have what we call uh, paid advertising and organic advertising. Organic advertising is where you are advertising, but you are not paying. You are doing free advertising. But such kind of format of advertising is limited. For instance, you are in your room, you are in your home, and you are advertising your product. Who is going to buy it in your room? You need to step out. So it is either you go to a radio station to advertise it, or you go to the market, you move around, or you call people. By the time you call, you know you are spending that time already. Or you go to Facebook, you pay Facebook, you go to Instagram, you pay Instagram, and you advertise. They show it to a larger audience. That is what we are referring to media buying. So business owners out there, they want people who can show their business to a larger audience. Or you can learn this to sell what you have already. If you have a business that you want to push out, you can use media buying to push the business. If you want to maybe learn something, you can use buying to grow it. So media buying is majorly advertising, running paid adverts. And we are going to be considering 2 platforms here. We are going to consider Facebook and Instagram. How to run sponsored ad effectively on Facebook and Instagram. Either you want to do it as a side hustle where people get to pay you like I do, or maybe you want to use it to grow your brand or push your business, it is going to worth it, right? Now, the next thing is what? Drop shipping and e-commerce. Drop shipping is the kind of business where you are not buying anything, just like I mentioned earlier, but you are what? You are getting from people who already have it and selling to others without even seeing the product. What do I mean? For instance, there was a particular product, just like I mentioned. Okay, let's make it very practical. Let's make it practical. Let me go, uh, let me share my screen so that this can be very practical. All right, so now let me take you to a page, a sales page that I was actually advertising. I was advertising for a client, not for a client, for myself, but I was literally drop shipping it. I was not buying it. Now, this is a product. Now, what I did was I researched this product and I discovered this product was going to sell. So I had to design a sales page. The page you are seeing here is what we call sales page. This is what we call sales page. Now, I had to design the sales page. Let me reduce it so that you can get to see it better, right? Now, this is how it will look on a smartphone, right? Or a smart device. Now, now, if you scroll down, this is the product. This is a massage gun. Now, this page is what we call sales page. This is what you design to sell your product. Now, if you click on I want to order now, it will take you to a page where you are to what? Select, where you are to select what you want to advertise and you get result. Now, if you take a look at this, you can see this is a form. So as soon as anybody who is interested fill this form, I get their information on what they want to, right? On what they want to, and I want send the orders, the informations to the supplier or the vendor, and the vendor deliver it to them, and they get to pay the vendor. The vendor what? Return my profit to me, right? So how do I do it? I first research the product, did my research on the product. I knew it was going to sell. Then I decided to create a sales page. This is what we call landing page, sales page for it. That can A sales page is what has the ability to sell somebody who is even new, right? As the person is landing on the page, the person should be able to get to know about the product, and the end of the day, the person should be able to take action to want to buy the product without meeting you physically. So you don't need to meet them, they don't need to know who is selling it. All you need to do is just get the product, advertise it. As you're advertising it, people, those who are showing interest are placing order. Now, the moment I researched on the product, the next thing I did was to what? To reach out. I decided to research people that are selling the product. I went on Facebook, went on Jumia, went on Gigi, Konga, and did research of people who are selling this product on this particular region, right? Now, for Ghana, I went to their Ghana Gigi and Ghana Jumia, did research, got some vendors, reached out to them, got their WhatsApp contact, reached out to them on WhatsApp, told them uh, how I want to do it, how it should be done, then asked them of how much they are selling the product. They told me they are selling so amount. I told them, okay, I'm going to add this amount. This is my profit. You don't need to pay anything. All I will do is I will bring you customers, give the product to them. Once they get to pay you, you pay me my profit. And they agreed. We get started. Another one from Kenya, same thing, same strategies, same method. I run the advert, send it to them. This is what I am able to do this because I know how to advertise. Don't worry about it. I'm going to teach you everything that you need. Everything that you need. Just need to pay attention to this, focus to the end of this, right? And the next thing, which is drop shipping, I'm going to show you everything step by step how I do it. And I'm definitely going to pick a product and I will do it practically, show you how I do it, how I design everything, how I run the adverts, how I reach out to customers, and so on. And how to stay safe so that you don't fall into scammers, right? Then once I do that, at the end of the day, I get orders, they sell it, they send me my profit, right? This drop shipping and e-commerce are almost same thing. The e-commerce is maybe you decide to buy the product. You have decide to have the product physically. That's where e-commerce is coming in. Decided to, okay, you pick the product physically. You either import it from, maybe you do mini importation from China, or you do local sourcing. You go to the market where you discover there's a particular product around after making research that can sell. You can partner with people, get this product, work on them, and start distributing them, right? That way you are already making wave out of it. And don't worry, I'm going to make everything available, and some uh vendors, or yeah, some vendors and so on. I'm going to make provision for how to get them, how to get access to them, and possibly give contacts of the one you can work with. Right now, let's go back to what we are discussing. That's how drop shipping and e-commerce works. Then the other one, which is drop servicing, is just like you are drop. Okay, let me not use drop servicing. Let me make it very easy. You are getting people to uh, patronize a particular service. This one is no longer product but service. It could maybe advertising, media buying, or it could be maybe copywriting, it could maybe graphic design, it could maybe web development, web design, so on. This way, you are not the one doing it, right? You are not the one doing it. You may not even have the knowledge, but you are getting customers that are interested in this, right? You are getting customers, and you are connecting them with people who know how to do it. You are not even connecting it. You are taking the services from them. You tell them this is how much you are going to do it. They pay you, and you contact somebody who you know knows how to do it. For instance, if I want to make money from job servicing and I decided to pick maybe graphic design, I can decide to run advert on graphic design or promote graphic design service. And before I will do that, I will need to get somebody who is into graphic design, get the person ready, and we negotiate. This is what I want to do. I want to bring you customers where you design graphics for them. How much are they going to pay you? If the person agrees, this is how much I charge. You can negotiate with the person. This is how much, and this is what I want you to pay me from it. The person will agree. You can even add money. For instance, if the person agrees to pay 5,000 naira per design, you can tell him or her, how about I bring you customers, you pay me 2,000. If the person accepts, you can even make it 6,000 or 7,000, depending on your grade level. Depends on your grit level. So you can make it maybe 6,000, 7,000, 10,000, depending. There are people that you can charge 1 million naira for a design, you can charge others 5,000 naira. It depends on the customer, it depends on the person you are meeting, right? So by the time you agreed on the price you want to go with, then you start marketing it. By the time you get customers, you do your thing and you get paid. That's how job servicing works. Job servicing is applicable to any any niche or any service, not just graphic design. It could be maybe the media buying, it could be graphic design, it could be maybe content promotion, community, anything. So far it can render a service to somebody that can solve somebody's problem, people will be able to what, pay for it, and you can drop service it. So that's the opposite of drop shipping. Drop shipping, which is more like an e-commerce, more like product. This one is service, not product based. Then the next thing is what? Passion to profit. Passion to profit. Before I go into that servicing, let me show us something. There is a particular uh, stuff I've been doing over the years. It is called Momo Money, right? I've been job servicing Momo Money for years. Let me search for Momo Money transfer to Ghana. Now, I've been doing this for up to 4 years now, right? What I do is, people find it very difficult to receive or send money to Ghana from Nigeria. So what I do is, this is my video. You can see showing this is showing on the third. This is the third video that is showing on Google page. This is my video, right? Now, this video has pulled lots of customers since 2022. This video has been pulling customers to me. So by the time they watch the video on YouTube, they either drop comment or they chat me up directly on WhatsApp, either on WhatsApp, or they send me a message on email, right? You can see that's my face. This is a video, 8-minute video that has been pulling me money. And I've had turnover customers from this video that have stayed with me and they are still
How
working with me.
to send and receive money from.
Can you hear? Now, if you take a look at this video has done over 15,000 views. The video has done over 15,000 views, and on the comments you can see, please, how can I access? Please, I can send you funds from Ghana, so you send to Nigeria. I want to send money from Ghana to Nigeria via Momo. Can you see? Lot of people showing interest. And as they come to me, I tell them this is how much my agent is charging. They agree with that's one product I'm actually working with. Jumpstart Your Car Anywhere. I'm advertising that product currently. You can see. That's what I mean. That's what I'm very realistic here. I'm not telling you what is not happening. And this is a product I'm advertising for a customer, right? Big fit, get this, straightforward to the point, and it's pulling in results. And this customer is very happy. This one, I'm also running this advert for this person, right? So these are some of the things I am making reference to. So I'm not trying to tell you what I'm not doing. I'm doing them, right? So that's the kind of job servicing. So what I do is don't go and steal it because I shared it to you. Don't go and create content or start. You can do it. So far it makes you money, I am cool with it. I am not here to compete with you, neither are you here to compete with me. So far you are making money from. If you can make 100K with that Ghana stuff, go ahead. I don't have issue with that, right? Go ahead, right? So what I do is I get people who are interested. They come to me, right? They come to me, then I as they come to me, we engage on how much it is, the rate that the agent is taking. Once they agree, I proceed with how I do it. They send money to the agent sends the equivalent money to me, I send it to them. I make my money codely without advertising because the video is on YouTube doing very well. People reach out almost all the time, right? Some persons that are watching this video, I'm very certain they know about this. They have done this with me, right? Now, that is also another drop servicing. I am drop servicing money swapping or exchange, money exchange. Ghana, Cameroon, Kenya, and different these countries that uses Momo, that is applicable to them, right? Then the next thing here is what? Profit to passion. For instance, I am teaching you right now. This is part of passion. If you are a teacher, you are good at something, you can teach people and they can pay you. Or you can create a course and put on YouTube just like I did, and you make money on YouTube, which is still part of the traffic monetization. You can teach people, you can coach people, you can have a class, you can have a course that you sell and people pay. For instance, let me still make it very, very practical and realistic, right? Now, on this same video, on this same video, on the comment section, you can see there's something on the comment section. There's a description on the comment section. How to send blah, 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 blah. Okay, I think it's not here. It's on Momo Money Mitigation. Let's check Google. Momo Money Mitigation. Mitigation. Let's check mitigation. Now let's check about that stuff online. Can you see? The moment I type Momo Money Mitigation, can you see Momo Money Mitigation? This is already doing. That's me. Okay, let me remind you if you can't recall my name, let me remind you what when we were doing introduction so that you believe that that's me. Yes, you can see. Can you see this? Can you see this? Get to know me. My name is Ore Donage. That's to tell you that I'm not lying. That's my content over there, right? That's my content over there. So let's go back. Let's go back. Now, more money mitigation. Now, if you take a look at this, can you see? This is 2,700. So if people search for, this is an ebook I decided to create out of that video, an ebook. Now, this ebook, if you click on this, you are going to buy the course. Is an ebook. So I decided to create an ebook on how to what? How to receive or send money to Ghana. This image, what happened to the image? This is Momo Money Mitigation It's a done for you course on how to receive and send money between Nigeria and Ghana. This is a PDF and it's 2,700 naira on seller. So by the time you place an order on it, it is coming to me, the money is coming to my inbox directly. And let me confirm that to you. Let me confirm a purchase recently that happened. And this ebook has been here for years. I think this I did this 2022 or 2021, and it has been on this page. As people search on Google and it pops up, they get to see it. They can make purchase if they want. Right now, let me confirm this to you. Let me Momo Money. Let's see if there is an email like that. Let's see if I have something like that. All right. Okay. Seller, can you see? New sale, Momo money mitigation. You have got an abandoned sale, abandoned transaction, abandoned transaction. Can you see? Now, this is just like converting my passion into profit. I basically use that because it's something that is profiting me, right? In as much as the video is on YouTube, there's also a course, and on that course, you are going to get access to different ways and also agent contacts. So you can convert what you know into what can pay you, regardless of whatever it is you do. It is the packaging that matters. And don't worry, everything I'm revealing to you, I'm going to show you and teach you step by step on how I do it. Only if you are ready to put in the action. Then the last but not the least here is what? Traffic monetization. By traffic monetization, what do we mean? Right? What we refer by traffic monetization is majorly making money from traffic. You are majorly making money from traffic. It could be Facebook page monetization, it could be YouTube monetization, it could be maybe WhatsApp TV, or maybe you are promoting people on it could be Facebook page, Facebook group monetization, or Facebook page monetization. These are all ways you can make money through this traffic monetization strategy. All you need to do is just build a huge audience where people can advertise. That is how Facebook monetization works. That's how YouTube monetization works. As you have a YouTube channel, people, as people are advertising, YouTube is showing the ads on your content. So as people watch your content, they are going to be paid. And there's a way you can do it. And there are faceless channels. There are channels you can run without showing your face. Right? I am running three channels currently, three YouTube channels currently. One, I show my face. The other one is not even about me, not my content. These are faceless channels, not my content. YouTube automation, basically. Then the other one, which is more of my brand. So you can equally create something and you build audience around it. As people are showing interest, you can monetize the audience. People can advertise to your community. It could be a Telegram channel you build, and people get to reach out to you. They promote what they do on your channel and they get to pay you. You could decide to maybe build. You must have heard of this WhatsApp TV. This WhatsApp TV, what they do is they claim to tell you they have huge audience on their WhatsApp status. So you advertise on their status and you pay them. Some persons will tell you 2,000 naira 24 hours, 1,500 24 hours. If you can do 2,000 naira 24 hours and you have three persons in a day, that's 6,000 in a day. You've been able to do more than the 100K benchmark, which is our target. But I'm not basically saying it's WhatsApp TV you do. I'm only telling you about the reality of WhatsApp TV. What they do basically is they tell you they have audience, huge audience, buying customers on their status, and when you advertise with them, they show it to them, you get. So any traffic banking process, it's applicable to this traffic monetization. YouTube, Facebook page, Telegram channel, or WhatsApp channel, Facebook group. These are the easiest ones you can equally do. In as much as not going to be easy, but you can do it and make money. And this could be included into your long-term projects, could be included into your long-term, but because some of them may not be very easy. Like I told you, you should have a long-term target and a short-term target and also a long-term target. and it could be in how you want to achieve your goal, and also expansion. Remember what we discussed when we were talking about the businessman. The businessman wants to make profit. The businessman wants to what? To show what people are interested in. The businessman wants expansion. So as you are making money, you are expanding your business so that you can make more money. You have more streams of income, right? That's what we mean. That's what we're referring to, this expansion. So by the time you get to a level, you know that yes, you want to expand more, you want to expand, you want to have physical business, you want to blah blah blah. So you can include this traffic monetization into your expansion strategies if or strategy if you know that it's not going to make, because truth is this strategy may not really make you money easily or instant, because you need to build audience, need to build audience. So that is part of it. That is part of it. So these are the 5 strategies that can give us minimum of 100K with respect to this target. These are things I've been doing over years, and I can tell you they have been working. I'm not telling you this because I know it works for people. I'm telling you because it has been working for me. This is what I do. And if you can do this, believe me, it's going to work out for you. And don't worry, I am going to show you how to do everything from beginning to end, if only you are ready to learn and to take action. Now, how to get started? How do you get started? That is where the main thing is. It is not just about knowing, it is about what? Getting started. It is about applying and taking action. Number one, you need to know what it is. You need to have a knowledge of any area you want to. All of the listed areas or whatever, you need to have a knowledge in them. And like I stated, if you don't know, don't worry, I'm going to teach you. And if you already know, bring what you know to the table. We'll make it into something profiting. Then you need to position yourself and plan. You don't just know, but you position and plan. How do you position and plan? Whoever that needs to patronize you need to know about you, right? So that you know it and they can pay you is not enough. You need to position yourself in such a way that people get to know you. Then you don't just position, but you execute what you know. So if you have something that people can pay you for and you already position, you need to take action, because you can't just go on the space and you are not telling them about what you do, or you're not selling yourself. No. Then remodeling and remarketing. There are some evergreen business or services. For instance, a woman came to me that she wants to run adverts. We agreed, we discussed about the advert and what she was to pay me. She already accepted, and she made mention of something, page optimization. I told her, yes, I do it. Then she asked me, what are the other things I do? I told them I do this, I do this, I do that, right? Then a particular woman came to me that I should run advert for her. I ran advert for her. The advert was not giving result. And I told her, this may be the reason. I will have to rework the sales page. And she allowed me. I reworked the sales page, and the advert started bringing results. The next time she picked another product, she had to pay me to design the sales page. I've been able to remodel the first business model I showed to her, right? I've been able to remodel into another format of it. So I make money from the advertising. I also make money from the sales page design from the same person. So there are some kind of businesses that you can remodel to the same customer, or you can remodel and sell to the same community or audience. Just like I pointed that aspect of the YouTube video, there's a YouTube video on YouTube that will likely bring that will likely bring result from the traffic monetization on the YouTube. Then there is this ebook I just showed you about what's it called, about Momo Money, and I showed you some transaction. So I am remodeling. I had to repurpose a particular content, a video content, into an ebook. That's remodeling. Then remarketing is just like I stated, where I was able to sell another offer to a particular customer. If it is product based, you can do this. If it is service based, you can still do this. Somebody who came to you to run graphic design, you can remodel and remarket to them later and tell them, I can handle your graphics. All you need to do is pay me a certain amount of money monthly. For instance, if somebody is coming to you to pay 5,000 for a graphics, you can decide to, like, okay, maybe 5,000. The person needs multiple graphics in a month. Remember, if the person is doing 5,000 daily, that's about 150,000 a month. You can tell the person, if you pay me 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 monthly, I can handle your graphics. And this is the numbers we can do in a month. That's like remarketing to the same person, because the person have patronized you, and the person discovered that you are good at this. You are thereby upselling to the person. You are remarketing to the person. That is what we are referring to, right? So any customer that have been able to pay you has the potential to pay you and to pay you and to keep paying you. So all you need to do is just to find a way to be bringing that money out of them. Once you know how to push out that money, to cough out that money out of them, you keep remarketing, you keep reselling to them, and you be patronized over and over and over, and they even bring people in their network, right? Then the next thing is what? Multiple streams. Just like we stated on that expansion, this is what we mean. You need to have multiple streams, right? If you already have one, you want to get started with more, you need to. So we are taking it one step at a time. You've been able to do something, you are expanding into more. That's where the multiple streams is coming in. That you have something doing now is not enough to handle your business. You can think of another multiple stream, another stream to make it multiple. So you don't just rely on one, but you rely in different ones. But you don't have to go into war, you'll be overwhelmed. It is only when you know you can do it that you do it. Don't, because I said it or because somebody is talking about it somewhere and you decide to jump into it because they told you it is good to have multiple streams of income. It is good, but it comes with their individual tasks and responsibilities, because you cannot sit idle except when you have attained that height where your money can speak for you. You have hands, helping hands that can help you. It makes sense that way. But if you don't have that capacity, it is not going to be very realistic, right? Now, let's go into how do I get started with everything listed. I've been able to inform you, I've been able to show you everything. How do you now get started with everything we have listed, right? Now, I have decided to provide you with everything that is needed and also watch you implement everything step by step. I'm going to teach you everything and add it to my mentorship and support, where I'm going to guide you everything with respect to what we have mentioned. And I will show you exactly my proven strategies from beginning to finish that will give you amazing results. Believe me. And that's not all, right? Like I said, I will add you to my support group where we'll be ensured that you are not faced with any difficulties. Anything that we know we can, anything that is within our capacity, we are definitely going to help, right? And I will also register you free on my platform Ski Money, where you learn how to make money, or you learn some other relevant skills. Good. You have access to a lot of courses and other opportunities. That is going to be an added opportunity for becoming or for considering this very offer. Now, you can see these are screenshots. You can see this is a screenshot of a transaction between me and the customer. This is another one by the right hand side. You can see, just take a look at the amount, take a look at what they are paying to tell you that the 1 month stuff is actually something that it's very realistic, something that is very small for some persons to do, right? This is another screenshot for another transaction. You can see this person paid for Instagram ads and also Instagram highlights, right? And you can see this another transaction. Then you can see this is somebody who was part of one of my training, and this is another person who made money. You can see this is me charging somebody how much the person will pay me for a particular service in a month, and you can see how much the person is negotiating. You can see this is more than what we are about to do in a month, right? So this is basically for you, not me, right? If you are finding it difficult to make 100K in a month, this can help you. And if you're already making 100K in a month, you can equally multiply 100K by the compounding effect or the compound strategy I would be showing. Right now, how do we go into doing everything? How do we get started with everything I've mentioned? And that's where the offer I'm going to be giving to you, it's going to make everything very easy and straightforward for you. Now, everything I've listed, everything I've mentioned from beginning, how to get started, how to do it, everything I've mentioned, I'm going to show you how to do it. And I'm going to add you to my mentorship support group, where you are going to be guided, and you are going to be assisted, you are going to be watched that till you hit your target, right? Now, I would have priced more than 20,000 for this, but I decided to peg it at 20,000. But then I am giving it at a promo price of 13,000 naira. Everything I've mentioned, the cost of this will be presented to you, will be given to you if you are ready to take action immediately. But that's not it, right? In as much as this is valued more than 20,000, I decided to peg it at 20,000. I am giving a promo price of 13,000. But right now, I am going to consider 100 slots that will pay 3,000 naira upfront. So 3,000 naira is what you pay instead of 13,000. By the time you start making your money, you can balance the 10,000. Or if at the end of the day, you can balance the 10,000. But then to get started, to get access to this package, to get access into this group where you are going to be learning everything, you will pay a minimum of 3,000 naira. If that is you, because I'm taking only 100 slots and there are a lot of person watching this video right now, if you are going to be part of that 100 slots that will start with 3,000, not 13,000, all you need to do, send me a message to this WhatsApp number on the screen right now. Screenshot this, send me a WhatsApp message, send me this screenshot that you want to be part of the 100 slot so that you can pay the 3,000 naira and you'll be given access into the main private training group so that you can get started right away, right? After 100 slots, we are pushing it back to 13,000, and we can't tell, we may take it back to 20,000 or increase it more than that. All you need to do is take action now before the 100 slots are filled up.